The art of hosting is a worldview and its facilitation techniques. It's a worldview because it expects wisdom in the room. It's a worldview because it asks us all to first host ourselves and then to listen and then to host others. It's a worldview because it's a whole new way of inviting in meetings. It's not your traditional conference where there's the experts or the keynotes at the front who then tell everybody what to do.
Simply put, what it is a common sense of a kind of a worldview or a paradigm or a way of thinking about how groups work. It consists of a set of sort of mental models or perspectives for how we might organize conversations, long-term strategic processes, and a set of specific facilitation tools. So things like open space technology, things like circle practice, things like World Cafe, appreciative inquiry, and so it kind of, it creates a sort of like a culture and a toolkit around how we might host conversations, how we might build the future together.
It's a set of techniques though, because there's very particular ways of doing it, and there's a circle methodology where you invite people into circle, which is the most ancient form of technology ever used. There's techniques like World Cafe that allow people to ask questions that really matter. There's open space technology that allows the participants to think about their own topics. And so it's really important when we're doing all of these like dialogue sessions that we can see it, and we often call that harvesting. So we're harvesting the fruits of the conversation by having murals or templates or flip charts. So I like to use Play-Doh.
It works really well when you want to have creative solutions, when you need innovation, when what you're doing, you've come to a point where what you're doing is no longer working. It's really useful and helpful when you want to empower the people that you're working with, when you want to have people around you who feel like they have agency and autonomy and are kind of feel fully inspired and bought in and connected, and like they can act on behalf of the community or the whole.
So in your day-to-day life, you just become a better listener, I think, and a more trusting person, and you step away from always having to know the answers, and you really invite in other people to have answers.
You shouldn't use it if you really want to control the outcome, because it will unleash the unexpected. It will create people that are not docile, but people that are that feel free to kind of like act and take responsibility.
And so art of hosting is really about making things useful. I think people don't change because they read a good PowerPoint or even that they read a good book, but they change because they're invited into a place of exploration and where they get to digest new information, or they get to really consider things, or they get to like build the connections that they need in order to begin to experiment.